Puppet, we're here. It's time for Konako, plus the others, Cope and Seethe. Actually, wait, isn't there another non-Konako fight to do first? Does it really matter which order I do? Probably not. Let me get this going real quick. Oh, it's this one that it captures for you. Extended fight. Okay, I did Q-Sen. Yeah, it's either damage, Phantom Pilot, Konako, Umemi. Let's just do Konako. It's the next one in level order. Next one we'll go for. Okay, it is 5. Good news, only 5 puppets. So let's just go through it. Speed Sanai. I know the extra Suwako. Power Mega. Let's get the. What is that? Extra Konako. Wait, I have that thing. Power Megawoo. And Defense Kamada. With Empower, yippee. So, multiple things to look at. She doesn't have a method of clearing traps, which is good. She does have her own traps. So I guess our first thought is you're running max attack, max speed on Green Slug with Common Senseless. Ignore type immunities when attacking. Earth, Wind, Illusion. Those are your only attacks. Okay, pretty basic. Does this have the stupid fucking thing? No. Cancel our accuracy. We love that. Wind. What did I say that was? Wind Wave. 95 accuracy. 30% chance to flinch with the Champion's Medal. My favorite. So, obviously, it's also special attacker. The Mirai guys all died of warped. Fortunately not. Konako. The Konako and the Suwako are both good against warped. Or the Konako is kind of like a split game. Obviously, there's merit to Qua. What's Qua's base speed? Because Slug is only base 100. Honestly, I think I outspeed. Assist base 110. Well, yeah, and I max speed. I definitely outspeed. The question is, what do I do in return? I am specially bulky. Cope. Getting a bind trap down is permanent. Damn me for super effective. But she will still hurt. I have a fast changeling, which is not necessarily what I want here. The potential border from our healing is not bad. I have nothing to super threaten you, is the slightly annoying thing. So I definitely, like, lose the 1v1, but I can get a bind trap down. I also can just click Will-O-Wisp. It's not great, because she is a special attacker. But this fight is big with its, defensive nature. Poison Stream, Time Screw, Acid Tears, First Aid. Let's look at our beautiful girl, Suwako. This thing is running the negative aura to make it immune to dark. The only two things that can hit effectively are Earth and Sound. Although you're only going to blow it up with a physical attack, but it is running max def investment. Poison Stream, Time Screw. Let me double check these. Time Screw is not that strong. It is only base 60 power. Poison Stream is base 100 power, though it can't poison. Acid Tears, we all know Acid... Oh, yo, wait, hold on. Hold up, game. She's cheating? Level 63? She's level 56 and she learns this? What? What are we doing here, game? Physical attacker as well. Going on today? We are going to fight Kaneko after I figure out how the fuck to fight Kaneko. Obviously, like, you could be good, but unfortunately you are physical and not special. Especially bulky. So you're not that good. Because the problem is, if you're not immune to poison, then you get put in awkward spot. Well, here's the thing. Here's an interesting question. When hit by a poison-type skill, do you think Acid Tears counts as a poison-type skill? I don't think you'd win the 1v1 that well, regardless. Oh, you wouldn't be bad. Because if Acid Tears counts as a poison-type skill, that's pretty good. Actually, you're probably my best bet, right? I pre-poison you. You can't be poisoned anymore. Earth resists poison, right? You're neutral to warped, but it's only, again, it's only base 60. It's a physical attack. Wait, Dark resists warped? You resist both. Wait. You just... So you're telling me I have an all-in-one counter to this thing. Built in called Momoyo. Who can set up traps for free if she wants. Hit my asthma, but like I can threaten a panic call on anything switching in. Who's messaging me? So, yeah, so Momoyo's always coming. The good news is I have an extra slot in this fight for something. Obviously, Mind Trap is something to keep an eye on for, as we might have it on our side. Kaneko. I should also maybe look at move PP. At trying to get a couple other moves. Something in that miasma slot. Probably an earth move, but something with good PP. Well, your physical attack, so you blow it up. Okay, extra Kaneko. The things we got. Stormcloud's Eye, Swift Air Raid. Immune to traps. Oh, great. Up tempo. Wait, that's a Mega Move. Oh, look at the Kaneko first. Life Charm, Metallurgy, Frost Raft, Flying Frenzy, Light Jab, and Focus Movement. Okay, Curse plus Light, Flying, Fighting. Obviously, Warp would be good, but there's a big problem, and that our Warped Puppets are... Obviously, Nether's kind of what you want to look for here, probably, but being weak to Light doesn't help. Steel, Electric, and Warped. If it's a physical attacker, too. What am I looking at your warped is weak to that. You resist light, you resist that. What's your other move? Electric coverage, was it? No, fighting coverage. Frick! The fighting coverage in this thing's actually a bit of a pain. I mean, you are just incredibly physically bulky. And, hold on. Cross Drive is base 100 power. Flying Frenzy is 95 base power. Light Javelin's terrible into you. So some guts, honestly, with bulk, this is not bad. No, no. No. No, no, no. Probably just Letty. Yeah, I guess I am kind of at risk of the setup. That being said, she buffs her... What's her base speed? Base 95. She has no speed investment. She's running max HP. I don't know. Maybe if I just run Prank next to Ice Age with enough stall, it's probably just fine. You could run Field Break, which would be slightly stronger. It's actually not even that much stronger, but it is slightly stronger. She's very specially bulky, but we can probably sit here for a little bit. There's a world I grab Smash Spin as well, and someone. Person's always spend the first 3 turns setting up Mind Traps. True, but I don't necessarily... Like, I could try to lead with Merlin, but being weak to wind and just trying to pretend that she's never going to click a wind move is definitely a bit spooky. I don't think you're fast enough to sweep the fight. Are you? I don't think you can get through... I don't think you can break through the Suwako. Maybe you could in 2 hits. I think we should play the long game. Well, here's the thing. It also might not start with that because I'm very possibly might just lead with this. I very likely might just lead with this and force an awkward situation on her part. So theoretically, Letty's okay into the con. Dude, this Letty, dude, defense Letty's so good. It checks so many puppets. Power Megamoo is big special attack, not that fast, but does have up tempo and immune to traps. It thinks the problems: Stormcloud's Eye, Swift Air Raid, Brave Burst, oh, and Star Flare. Oh gosh. What did I say? Thunderlords, Stormcloud Eye. You have that. Swift Air Raid. All base 80. Brave Burst, Star Flare. Star Flare is just here. Am I blind to Brave Burst? Fighting coverage. Yeah, this thing's just running big coverage, which sucks. So, fighting light, wind, and electric with a lot of coverage on a special attacker. Obviously, wind and electric are the two big ones. Everything else is just added bonus. So obviously you come to mind. You, light's neutral. Yeah, weak to fighting. Never mind. No, can't do that. Womp womp. Oh boy, you're neutral to light, but you're not. You don't really do anything else. Going to you. You never get crit, right? I don't hate you. Love you either. What about you? Problem is you won't outspeed because this thing has fucking up tempo. Every wind puppet on this team has fucking fighting coverage. Because of course it does. I do not have good things for this. Of course, you're weak to electric. Sound doesn't happen to just fighting. Nope. Wish I had Kaguya right about now. Problem is, it's just its speed. Like, I have to come in and take 2 hits from this thing. It's really hard to kill this thing in return. Sorry about that. Oh, the internet's dying anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, the internet bounced back out. So if you look like that, comment and be like, oh, we're looking for things. Okay, so I need to poison Momio. Also, I didn't realize that Kutaka gets force therapy. It would have been useful to know for the last battle, but more importantly than even that, I didn't know that Yachie gets poison trap. Because it doesn't pop up in the base thing on the wiki. That being said, poison trap's not particularly useful this fight, like much at all. Also, since I wasn't talking during the time, the Yachie is for the Yachie is here for the Megamu. Yachi's here for the Megamu. The Toyohime is here for the Kaimata. The Kutaka is here for the Kaneko. Pretty sure it was. I think. No. The Letty is here for the Kaneko. You're here for Suwako. Who's here for what again? No, you are here for the Kaimata. You're here to revenge on the Sanai, because I'm not going to kill the Sanai the first time it comes in. Is it Yachie just going to explode to Brave Burst? Why would it explode? It's a water nature type. Yeah, that's why I went defense. Because the defense has a great matchup into the Mega Woo. Do you have any pivoting moves on our team? I don't think so, no. I think that's fine moveset. That should be fine for a moveset. That's fine. I just need to get you poisoned again, Yippee-ki-yay. Do I want Bind Trap down, or would I rather have an additional other move? I'll hold Bind Trap, as I don't get a lot of value by putting anything else on you. We have all the Smash Spins just in case I need them. By all of them, I mean 2. Now I do have to do the slight conundrum of finding a poison for Momio. And I already spent the one Seija. Is there another guaranteed Seija? You know, let's take everyone to go look at some outfits real quick. The Yachie did give me unique coverage if I went for one of its warped puppets, but... What do you got? Okay. I'm not a big fan of the other. I like the default. Oh, you already have the chicken. Okay, so I think I said there's a method in the Divine Spirit Mausoleum. For sure, there's something here that I believe I said gets contagion. It's not you. You're Sagume? Right, I think it was Sagume. Dude, I think it was like a 20% counter rate. I'm not gonna lead with Momoyo into the encounter, though. So divine about the Spirit Mausoleum? I don't know, ask Miko. She might be able to help you out. There's Youmuu's here? Why what pups are... Because I want to swap between my puppets. I do not want to expend any SP trying to get poisoned. Because I'll heal up whoever else potentially takes any bit of chip. And I do not want to expend SP just because the fucking... Like, it probably won't matter, but the Suwako is turbo cringe, and I'd like to make sure that if I need to stall it out, I have the SP available, or PP available, to do that. Okay, I'm going for like 1 or 2 more encounters. Hey, let me run through my number again real quick, just to make sure. There's a lot of Meilings. Hey! I had to go look at Meiling 20%. Youmuuu 11, Touhou 33. The Sagume is 35% in this place, by the way. And the Meiling is 20%. And I've somehow hit only Meilings. Tell you, may look like Ron. You can figure that out. Is this poison? It'd be cool if it could. So much damage. I shouldn't be too bad though. Once I get my poison, I gotta put some. Oh no! Not just spam a healing item. I don't think you can spam healing item from full HP. Although I guess I am not full HP, but I could do that. Though it does kind of break my rules a little bit. It's not that relevant, but I could spam a thread. Actually, that wouldn't break my rules at all. Girl. You have other moves. I know you do. There's a poison. You should also have Contagion that she can click. Click the basic seal threads here. So the odds of getting poisoned each turn is actually slightly more than 25%. Let's just make sure we get heavy poison just for the sake of it. She has not clicked Yang Energy or Contagion once, by the way. Random. I love random numbers. There it is. Nobody care if you get scared. I just don't. Like, there's no difference between having... There's no benefit to only being normal poison, not heavy poison here, so... Okay, now let's figure out items. I think you definitely want food rations. I also think we should just give you Supernatural Border over Bind Trap. There's also World I'm supposed to give you a Beat and Changeling. But I don't want to. You, I don't really care too much. I'll look at you last. But you were here for the Conoco, I believe it was. Who wants the other food ration? They're almost as they basically dude, they have nearly identical bulk in the same category. Look at this. Max HP, it's 266 and 205, and it's 260 and 205. They're almost identical. I think I give you the food rations. I don't have a poison type, so no jar. The Kutaka. What did I say the Kutaka was for? Kutaka was for the Kaimata. I don't have the thing that reduces EN damage. But I could just put on the... I don't have the opposite Thorn. Just put on the light. No, that's on you. You are for the other one. You could take... Giant Bit doesn't do anything. No, that's actually not true. Maybe I just take the Giant Bit. Because it's good against her strongest attack. And then you get the Life Charm. And then you can pick up... It doesn't really matter what I give you. Let's just give you the one-time Water Boost. And then you... give you the Red Ring. So I kind of want to probably click both. This is both my Earth and Dark. Even if it makes one of them slightly weaker. Make sure that you are in the front. Should probably get Mind Traps up at some point. I would not be surprised, but... and at least slow it down a little bit. And Elmo's Fire is pretty good, too. Just click on turn 1. Get a knockoff on the Champion's Medal, which is nice. Okay, the Conoco lead. Why'd you put her in a schoolgirl outfit, Conoco? This thing is notably the lowest level on the team. I don't know why this thing is so much lower than the others. I think I'm just going to start with a Will-O-Wisp. Interesting immediate swap into the Conoco. Did you just let yourself get Will-O-Wisped on Conoco? What are you doing? My Conoco was Letty. I have 3 puppets that are very similar. The Kutaka, the Letty, and the other one. Yachie. They're all very similar, so I have to remember which one's for which. Well, in this situation, I'm actually more inclined to not click Prank anymore, since you're already burned. Just click an Ice Age. Interesting. This is probably, you know, here comes the cringe lord herself. There she is. She put in her wedding dress. Huge damage! If you switch out the turn I switch this in, I'm gonna be upset. The AI cheats us. Well, because the AI does read your moves, but the downside to that is it's not obvious, like, then how to set up an AI to be perfect beyond that. I think I would start with a Stealth Trap. I think just getting the Stealth Trap down is good value. Hello, Megawoo. This is good against everything else that isn't this. It's only good against 3 of her puppets, and one of them's already low, so it doesn't really matter there, but this is why I have you, yes. I do not have the regen of this fight that I had the last fight. I actually want to click Firewall here, yeah, because she stays in. But she switches into something else, like Sanai here. Then she still loses the champion medal regardless. This thing doesn't really threaten me. It could just click Mind Trap, but I can also just click Smash Spin. He does have a Warped Puppet, though. Bakuma's not going to be useful for that long in this fight. She only really does one thing, which is just not to beat this thing, but to slow it down slightly. This is going to hurt. Yeah. I do love a crit, though. I get one more off. Nice accuracy drop. Where did I click with you? Did I click Firewall? Yeah, so you already have your item knocked off. I could Will-O-Wisp again. With minus accuracy, that's a little cringe. Ooh, we hit those, Quakuma! Oh, you're so good to me! I'm fine just to click a Supernatural Border next turn. No crit, don't crit. Nice, didn't crit. Wait, hold on. Right, that wasn't stab that time. That's why I did less. It's fine. She can swap on the poison for all I care. I didn't get the knockoff on this thing, so no drop there either. Get the food ration turn. I can still bring you in another time. I can go back into Yachie, who's already back to full. I'd love to get this thing knocked off. I don't think she'll let me, but if she does, that would be really sick. Kind of whatever happens here, I'm kind of fine with. I could always click a Drain Seed. I think I just wanted to go for the knockoff, though. Because then this thing gets knocked off. Which is not as good as it seems, because I already have a knockoff with Momoyo, but it gets it out of the way. Never, ever, ever stay in. That is the one way we lose this fight. And she reads my swap at the swap. I love this game. You even made the same joke? Yeah, but it's funny, so. I want to know if I can bait the AI here. No. The good news is, the Suwako, at some point, because I knocked it on... Nice crit, the crit doesn't matter. Because the damage is already so low. At some point, this thing has to click First Aid. It cannot keep doing this. I can do this for longer than she can. You're really cool, by the way. You're so cool. Oh, have I ever told you how cool you are? She didn't swap this time. She's clicking first aid then. Yeah. Yeah, that's one first aid. She has 15 total. You play both sides. The AI wasn't as stupid as it was. I cannot click rock drills. I have to click panic call. Because rock drills will just get blocked by anything. Okay, progress. This thing's basically dead. This thing is complete fodder at this point. Knockoff doesn't really do anything, but it doesn't have to. Let's go back to Letty. Letty's kind of worthless for the rest of the fight, but... Because the Kaneko... I mean, Letty doesn't matter in this fight, because Kaneko got burned so early. Kaneko's dead here. Because some guts triggers, and the large bit triggers. And then the burn triggers. And then probably the Suako comes in because it sees poison move. Yep. And then we begin with this. Suako ability, just eat panic call. True, actually. Oh, I should have given you the... actually, does that exist? Okay, she's staying in. Fine to do this once, because I can always just click my thing to force her to swap next turn. Gonna force her to swap back right into Mega Boo. You're so cool. If I could just get a knock off this thing, if I could just fucking knock this thing up real quick, it'd be so... like, this fight would be fine. Watch this. What? She didn't switch. She didn't switch him. I switched. We make ever so slightly more progress. Like, you know what? In the attempt of actually making slightly even more progress... Functionally, it's actually probably identical. Okay, so basically, we're just playing a game where we count her first aids. She has 15 total. 15 first aids, acid tears. She's already down like 3 or 4 acid tears. So she's going to be running out eventually. Win by SP stalling. Did we really win? Yes. Okay, she's gonna stay in. That's fine. Okay, that's 2. Down to 2. Whoa! Into the Mega Move? That's crazy, bro. Holy fuck, you're cool. The fact that the AI is just so hard programmed, being paralyzed doesn't matter in the slightest. The fact that the AI is so like fucking prioritized is just shit. Something that isn't like a fucking Earth type is in. Go Suako, go go go. Wow, this is cool. You're so sick. Like, here's the thing. If the AI didn't do this specifically, I wouldn't have to fucking try hard these fucking fight setups. But the fact that the AI does this specifically is so fucking stupid. They said we basically won already. Technically not. There are things that could go wrong. As throughout this whole process, Yachie does slowly lose HP. The good news is, on the Mega Move, because Letty is so healthy, I can always go into Letty on it to, like, at least do a pivot through it. You know how badly I want to stay in and try to do something. If Qua had more HP, I'd go into Qua on the Mega Move for one. Okay. She attacked. This is interesting. It's not that interesting. What am I talking about? It's not going to matter. I should have grabbed rock drills. I should have picked something with more SP. Do I ever just natural border this turn? How many Brave Bursts does she have? 15? Fuck, that's a lot. Cloud Eye is 20. If she runs out of Brave Burst, I can go into Touhou and make things quicker. But only in that situation. Okay, she didn't swap. To 60. Over 75 over 50 is going to be 1.5. 1.5 times our level. 75. We're looking for about 80. 55 plus 5. I think Touhou will outspeed this thing. A simple creature. It's not going to die anytime soon. Why is this Gypsum's fault at all? She swapped. Wait, what the fuck? What? Why? Are you... What is wrong with you? Are you stupid? I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. You're so dumb! Oh, you fool! Don't kill, don't kill. Let's hope that wouldn't kill. Thank you for the mind trap. So here's the question of the hour. Do you think I live a Star Flare? A non-crit Star Flare. Because so I could get progress. By clicking either of these two fucking buttons. It made him a faster team. Nice crit. Brave Burst is the same as Life Flare, functionally. She can't switch anymore because she threw because the Suaku's so low on HP that she can't swap into it. Oh, we won! It's over! Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. The Tengu Gato's gone. And it's look. She lived on one. You bastard. She outspeeds me, so I have to switch. It's literally live on 1 HP. This doesn't matter. The only way I can lose is if I miss every fucking drill, and even then, I still probably just win. Guess what? Oh, you going to Mega Moo? Oh, look how much damage Mega Moo's gonna take. Oh! Oh, that's cool! You fucking fool. You fool. I can't believe you gave me a Mind Trap for no reason. Oh, you're gonna go back to Suwako? Oh, no, she's back in Suwako. Oh, no. God, oh, what am I gonna do? Oh, we have to go back into Mega Moo. I get a free turn of healing with my food rations because she didn't attack back, so then I get to go back into Momio. And get ready for this. She's gonna click First Aid here. I think it's her 4th or 5th First Aid. Doesn't matter. She's not gonna run out of First Aids because she threw her already. I'm gonna click Rock Drills, but guess what? Oh, I'm running out of swaps. Oh, Mega Moo. Oh, how much HP does Mega Moo have? Ooh, I don't think Mega Moo can take another one of those. What do you guys think? Oh, she switched. Oh, Mega Moo's just dead. He literally just killed Mega Moo. The Mind Trap didn't really matter. It's the switching to Sanai that mattered. Well, even then, it's... Honestly, the thing that... None of that switching really did a whole lot. What really matters is just eventually giving up the Firewall and Mega Moo. But remember, the AI only... The AI only plays perfectly, or not plays perfectly, but reads your move 80% of the time. Did I fucking say? What the fuck did I just say about this? Thank you for hitting. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna have to stall out. Okay, hold on. I damn it! I stopped keeping count of First Aids. Good thing Cell Trap has so much. What's Poison Stream's HP or PP? Excuse me. Poison Stream only has 10. Acid Tears is 10. First Aid's 15. Time Screw's 20, but she's clicking Time Screw. That means she's probably out of everything else. Now killing those 3 Rock Drills. If I miss a single one, then I am in a much, much worse spot. You fuse the swap, Suwako, because she knows Mega Moo will die swap. Not necessarily that she knows it'll die in the swap, but the AI will swap into resist, they'll swap into immunities, but only at a certain point. Because as we saw with the Suwako, she let the Suwako get such low HP that the AI didn't want to switch the Suwako in on the Firewall anymore. Okay, so it's really depending on... It's really super HP dependent. I should have grabbed any Earth move that wasn't Rock Drill. That was a mistake on my part. But I know for the future. And the good news is, or I guess bad news, there are more of these to come. Though, I don't believe there's any more in this split, so... we don't have to worry about that for a while. This is where having a speed up in the game would be pretty neat. Yeah, but there's none in this split, so it's going to be a hot second before we get to more of them. If she runs out of poison streams as well, by the way, then all my nature puppets, which I have a lot of, can come in without concern. I don't need Momio for the back. What the fuck is in the back anyway? There's a Kaimata and a the other thing that she still has left. Oh, the Megamu's still alive, but it's effectively not alive. It's really just the Kamada that's left. I have to solve these things pretty much every run to get a better strategy. What's the better strategy? If you can find a better strategy to kill this thing. Consistently. Like, this is consistent. That's the problem. Like, the AI is here to use and abuse the dumbest fucking things. Perfect prediction swaps 80% of the time, and just the most cringe defensive puppet on the market. Okay, this isn't my fault. The game offers me an all-in-one tool to stall this thing out. I will take it. Okay, 90% of the time we win on the spot. Strategies for safe Nuzlocke for the game. Well, that's just so for a lot of games. It's usually it's generally playing very defensive. The problem that this game has is that defensive play is so much more important because of the perfect reads. Okay, you just die. Because the AI does swapping as perfect as it does. There's a little bit of chip. I could always try to stay in here. I wonder if I'm dead to crit. Evil Crushing Arrow crit. Armor Pierce, Overtake Strike, Wind Javelin, Crushing Arrow. Let's just go into our girl, Utaka. He has a second Kaneko. Yeah. I'm gonna enjoy this all day. I love beating stall. I talked about this in the last battle that I did, which was the turbo cringe stall question mark fight. Mwah. Oh no. Oh, she did so much damage to me. Okay, I'm not gonna block. Let's just click Geyser. Probably 2-shot from here with the burn. 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 More annoying Kaneko instant throw. Not necessarily, because the Kaneko going down early, the Kaneko getting burned early wasn't that important. Like, all in all, my Letty would have still just beaten it. She just made it easier for me to beat it. Oh, Fumo. Okay. Kaneko down. I'd love to do Yumemi, but it's probably technically better to do Yumemi before I do Ranko, but we'll go level order. Okay, damage. I love damage. We got the lead speed Ranko that loves to click Dust Storm. Now, there is something that can, in theory, work. Not this thing at this level, but I guess I can close these things. I need to reopen this. Excuse me. So, where's Chen? Where's Chen? Chen has access to Adverse Wind, which stops non-wind type puppets from fleeing. She also gets access to Raid, which can break focus ashes. Where is Renko? We look at... What is this one? Speed Renko? Speed Renko here, who does not have a ton of bulk. In fact, it has 0 bulk investment on it. And we take... Assist Chen, who naturally outspeeds it, because base 120 speed, doesn't really care about green mark, as long as I put some speed investment into it. Being black mark, which I have, is cool. Which I do wish I had a dark type move. However, there are ways around this regardless. Basically, the point being is that Chen kind of just cucks this thing. Assist Chen is very, very good against this thing. Then we have everything else. Which is not very pleasant. I'll look through those in a sec. Thought we weren't using trapping abilities. Well, I never... What? I literally used this thing earlier with its other ability that traps fighting puppets. What do you mean? I thought we weren't using trapping abilities. Why wouldn't I use them? Okay, let me grab everything for the team. Let's just open up everything for the team. So, Speed Renko, I already opened up. Power Marissa. The second Power Marissa of the game, by the way. Speed Kanagara. This thing is really annoying. Power Aya. Oh, no. I love Power Aya. Extra Parsley. And Power Maribel with the Choice Belt. Choice Belt is the speed boost. And Boundary Blur, which during weather effects. But what if we just like never let her have a weather? Rename Chen, rename Quakuma, rename Alfonso. I am Alfonso 3. What item does Piaya have? It has the Champion's Medal. Because of course it does. Twister Shooting Arts, Godstone Frenzy, and Strike Shot. So, the Renko, again, the Chen, pretty solid for that. Can sack it against something else, although I would like to keep Chen alive for the next Renko if I could as well. But sometimes it needs must. I have sacked literally assist Chen on this fight before. So we have that. Then let's look at the Maribel. Let's look at the Maribel first. Dash V, Dark Sweets. Choice Belt to give it boosted speed. What does this boost? Boost everything that's not speed. The good news is, if it doesn't have the weather up, it's not that much of a threat. Dash Dark Sweets, so it's just simply dark. And illusion coverage, pretty simple. Have them target the other thing. So, let's see. Obviously, a void-based puppet would be really cool. Too bad I don't believe I have any. No, that's not true. But you're weak to dark. Where's my Where's my Reimu right now? So, you are quite specially bulky. You're not bad. Yours knock off. You guys throw. Is there any traps on this team? The answer to that is no. There's a panic call, but I don't see any traps. I don't see any way to get rid of traps. Wait, can I go in with you? She has no poison puppets. She has a steel, but she has no poison. Wait a second. She has no poison puppets. I can. One's ability does not boost their attacks. Did that work on Boundary Blur? Out of curiosity? So immediately my idea is to use you for the Maribel. To also, get down Poison Trap, because Poison Trap just, like, bodies her entire team. Except the Kanagara. Is there anything else that comes to mind with dealing with a Dark and Illusion-based puppet? The answer is actually yes. Not this Momio. But Illusion's bad against Void. Again, I don't have a Void puppet that's not weak to Dark, but Steel and Nether. I only have one Steel type. It's not particularly bulky. But I do have Magon. Magon being Nether makes her immune or resist Illusion and is immune to Dark. So Magon is a really good other option. So I kind of have a couple possibilities. So I basically have two main options for the Maryberry. It's probably Yachie. Because I think setting up the Poison Trap is better than just clicking Contagion naturally, or anything else naturally with you. But that is a little hit or miss. Now comes everything else. Power Marissa. Thing has Sand Devil, so this is one of the biggest reasons why we don't want things up, because it doubles its speed. Not that I'm probably outspeeding it anyway, because it is Green Mark with Life Orb. With Evil Crushing, Arrow, Panic Call, Dancing Rain, Stealth Kill. Holy coverage. That's Light, Dark, Sound, and Warped. Light and Dark, obviously the two main ones I want to look at. Obviously something Illusion, but Illusion's weak to Warped. It's also weak to Sound. That's a no-no. That's just super physically bulky. Obviously, my girl Letty stands out. Being neutral to Dark isn't great. However, Panicle is only base 65 power if I don't have an item. Dancing Rain can get cringe eventually, but Power Marissa is not that bulky. So Letty is probably just good against the Marissa. I'm gonna say Cope and Seethe. Is there anything else that like stands out? Can't really set up you against the Renko. Again, being weak to Warp just doesn't really work. It's just gonna be. It's just gonna be the Letty. I should take your item off, though. You don't want an item this battle. Very important. I don't want to boost the Panic Call. That's like the one way I probably die to Marissa. Hanagara. I hate this thing. Thing also has Sand Devil, double speed during the sand, but we don't care about that as much. Armor Pierce, Burn Strike, Flying Frenzy, Changeling. Changeling is obviously pain. Armor Pierce, Burn Strike, and what did I say? Flying Frenzy. The good news here is 3 of these things are 90 power or above, and the other one's Changeling, so... Wait. This thing's physical attacker, and you're a special defensive puppet. I can't really do that. I was thinking about popping the restraint there. Do I need Letty for you, though? Letty's too good. She does too much. Okay, Steel, Fire, Wind, Dark. Steel and Fire being the 2 big ones. Fire and Water puppets. Firefighting, you resist Steel, you resist Fire. You resist Dark. You're weak to Wind. Son of a bitch. I have my lack of... This is where the other form of Yachie goes so hard. My lack of... Waters. Reign supreme. It's probably... Not you. It's never you. Well, you might outspeed. Actually, you probably... Yeah, you might. For a couple levels, you probably do, but... Can't really be you because of... Changeling. But it could be you, despite the worst physical bulk. You're still decent bulk. Use this both the main stabs, neutral to wind. It's probably just you. Extra Parsi. Nether Warped, 2 of a kind. Good special attacker. Things got Starving Spear, Impulse, Poison Bomb, Pollen Mist. This is a very offensive team. Choice Earrings. Oh gosh. Starving Spirit, Nether. Impulse, Warped. Yeah, makes sense. Nether Warped. And then, what was it? Poison Bomb and Pollen Mist for coverage. The good news is, if it switches in, it's locked. This thing sucks. At least it's slow. Choice of Earrings. This thing's a demon. There's gonna be nothing that, like, really takes this thing well. I think, honestly, the best way to play around it is to probably give almost everything supernatural border, so when it comes in, I can scout for what it's going to do. And then switch in something proper around it. So let's look at Power Aya first. Power I has Twister, Shooting Arts, Godstone Frenzy, Strike Shot. So it's the Wind, Fighting, and Earth Classic with Champion's Medal. I think you're a good bet. My own Tokiko is probably the thing I'm leaning to the most. With a small bit. Does do pretty solid. Can't be you, can't be you, can't be you. Can't be you, can't be you. A fastest Power Eye. Base 130 speed with a green mark. Yep, never outspeeding it. Cool. Can't be you. Can't be you. Can't be you. Theoretically, like, but what do you do in return? Can't be you. Can't be you. Can't be you. Cannot be you. I mean, you're bulky enough to probably live a thing, but, like, you don't do anything in return. Can't be you. Well... No, it can't be you, because sound doesn't resist fighting. Get full on nature. Okay, well, I've kind of ran down my options really quickly and stumbled upon one thing. Kutaka. I'll say Kutaka's not that bad either. Let me see something here. Kutaka's actually better physical bulk. And outspeeds. Look like Will-O-Wisp. If the Kongar is dead. And has Perch. But instead of Light Star Flare. You do threaten more immediate damage, though. It's probably you. You can also get trapped down. Be Marasa. I mean, Marasa gained some levels, so she has better bulk than what's currently on screen, but I think in terms of what is threatened back as well, I think Tokiko's just got to be the way to go. She also has the healing power. Okay, then is simply the Parsi dilemma. I could always sack something going into Parsi. So, obviously, what is Warp's matchup chart? Bad against Warped, Fighting Poison, and Dark. You can become immune to Nether with your other thing. I'm leaning towards Bonky. And if she clicks a Nether skill, I have one puppet that's good against Nether, and that's Tokiko. What I'm leaning towards. But if I give you a Peace Spirit, that means you're immune to that. Let's get everyone up to 60 for this. This is one of the hardest question mark fights in the base part of the game. It's one of the ones where where the one time I did get to it, I did lose a puppet to it, and it was this Chen, which is easily the most sackable thing because the only thing it's good for is speed Renkos. And there's only one more. Bad news is it is the very next fight. I always sack Toyuki, man. It's not a bad sack either. The good news is also Parsi does lock into It's her nature move. Hold on. How many more fights? There's 2 more fights and then Mima. 60, 61, 63. Yeah, let's go 60. I should greet to 61, but let's not. This is the right one. Okay, let's just go all out in this. Probably better make you bulkier, but I'm not going to. I take it you already have Raid on you. I want... Where's your Raid? It's still bugged there. Be this. Could be something that stab. Puppet's Grudge is interesting. It's the strongest special attack I can learn. Stab, that would be either Jewelry Storm or Swift Air Raid. Jewelry Storm is probably better here, so I'll use that. In case I need to come in against, like, the Kanagara for a revenge kill. Not the anti-wind charm. I want to give you the wind boost. The Jade. The good news is, in case she does happen to get something down, I have Calm for the future. And I could also encourage the Sandstorm to lock her into it, in case she lives. Letty. What was the Letty for? The Marissa. You do not want an item. I think what you're holding is just fine. I don't know if I don't think I care about Prank here. I don't really care about Field Break for coverage. He has no trap. Smash Spin doesn't do anything. Yeah, what you have is probably fine. Toihime for the Kanagara. You definitely... I have 2 different... So you get the small bit. Small bit is really good into Parsi. Or into Aya. Just making sure you have Supernatural Border. Jen is the only one without Supernatural Border. So if she goes straight into Parsi, I might sack Jen immediately. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. She won't do that. She won't go straight to extra Parsi turn 1. Move set. You have Supernatural Border. You need it. No need for Smash Spin. Genbu, eh? I don't hate Genbu. I don't think I'm ever clicking it, but I don't hate it. You have Spy. What's your other ability? Pierce Burst, sorry, Flying Frenzy. Does Flying Frenzy have a random chance to confuse? I'm saying she had to flinch. Okay. Sexy Bonky, you have a Peace Spirit, very important. I don't know if I really want Raid. Obviously, we want Supernatural Border. Parsi, either Dark or Illusion can, or either Dark or Nether can hit for super effective. Dark Sweets is my strongest base attack. First reversal is always solid coverage. Camouflage! Scares the foe. Maybe I grab that just for the habit. Changeling's not bad. So is the move that doubles if the opponent is afflicted with a status condition, because I very likely might get poison traps up, but I think this is just fine. I think you really want the food rations. You're the most important food rationer. Then the other two is the other questions. Who wants... So you... What did I say you're here for? You want to come in on the Maribel. Definitely Poison Trap. Firewall is always going to be just solid value. What do I want for the 4th slot? I don't really want... I probably just want something stab. Probably Water. Water's better than Nature here. I don't hate Poltergeist. No, you can never come in on Parsi. What's your base speed? What is my base speed on Defense Yachie? Base 50? Okay, I'm never outspeeding the Parsi. Supernatural Border. That should just be the other thing. Your offense against the Maribel is not that good, but that's surely fine. Do I need the knockoff? The knockoff is just too valuable and things. This is a freaking Dream Shard Kanagara, by the way. I love Dream Shard. I think I want to give you the food rations, and I'll give you the life charm. This fight is... This fight is so much spookier than the last. But for a completely different reason, too. I have to walk all the way to Mwenzeka, too. Oh... Cleared the path before, so surely I can do it without getting a single trainer. Alright, kids, who's ready for a little showdown? Chen, I'm holding you in the front. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you, Chen. As we lose someone, quite decent. I think it's possible. I think it's very possible, Deathless, but it's so hard to know exactly what the AI is going to do, right? I feel like if someone dies, it's probably Touhou Hime or it's Chen. Those are my, or Bonk. Or I guess Bonky could very well die too. I have nothing for speed. No, Chen is fast. Chen and Touhou Hime are the most likely deaths if someone does die. Those are the two I'm the most willing to sack. Alright, fight you. Just make sure you jump off the top side of the ledge. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Yep. High damage. His name is really appropriate to his team, because his team is all offense. There's no defense on his team. Literally, every single puppet in his team is max speed, plus max either attacking stat. Everything is green mark except Parsi, which is black mark. Okay, we start with the raid. Hold on. I'm gonna avoid this real quick because I just remembered I did the wrong thing on Chen. That was before any variables could happen. I gave you the jade, but that's the wrong thing. Okay. Now we're here. Actually cheating. You can cry about it if you want. Doesn't really bother me. Okay, now we're actually here. Here comes on out. Click raid. Chen, you're my goat. Chen, you're my goat. Chen, you're my GOAT! Uh-oh. Make this battle background specifically for him with the pink tree. No, I believe Aki shares this background as well. But I think Aki's a post-game fight. Okay, now comes the problems. This is... You fucking rat. You know I have small bit. You piece of shit. You know. You see that, by the way? The AI knew. Knew I have the small bit. Listen, I feel zero bad for doing anything cringe here. Because the AI loves to just cheat. We know this. Water is better to click over nature, as nature's never hitting anything for super effective, and water hits one thing for super effective. And there are nature resists, there are no water resists. Something has to take damage. Okay, here comes Parsi. It's good damage on Parsi already, not bad. We supernatural board to see what she locks into. Poison Bob, makes sense, makes sense. Don't poison me. I'll cry if you poison the first one. Poison Bob's only 10%, right? Oh, it's 10% twice, to be fair. So behind you does have some downside because Aya and Marissa are both physical attackers. We get rid of them, then behind you starts to become a bit active. Let's just click Dark Sweets. Probably the Aya coming in. No, Marissa. This is good damage coming out in Marissa, though. The blind is insane, actually. I just cut her damage output in half. What am I? I am the food ration. So let's supernatural border just to be as cringe as possible, though. Live in random. Cheat, I should win Parsi on Tokiko. I think Parsi and Marissa are about the same in the Tokiko matchup. Okay, we never stay in because we're giga weak to light. If I stay in, then we're washed. Quad resist that. I kind of want to heal here. So I have the potential of using you later on Aya. Because Aya is one of the biggest threats in this fight. Okay, we're playing this game again with Parsi. Go. Unfortunately, I'm never going to bait the Mei Ling in, so I'm never going to get the poison trap down. Not the Mei Ling, the Maribel. Bonky, you got me, right? Bonky, you got my back. If anyone got my back, it's Seki Bonky. My girl! My GOAT! Probably the Aya this time. No, Kanagara. Or she has 3 physical attackers. This thing. Get the blind, get the blind, get the blind. Never lucky. It's fine. I got the first blind. Can't cry that. That's a lot of damage. What is it? It's only 10% the blind too. Hitting that first blind. This is where it gets awkward because I would love to click an Earth skill, but I have to click a Water because Aya. But that's fine. Clicking Water is better anyway because it probably kills from this range anyway. Oh yeah, Changeling. Because you're cringe. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Okay, big damage coming into Aya already.
Oh, you're the GOAT, girl! Toyohime, my GOAT!
Supernatural Border.
You're so good.
I mean, that would have dealt insane damage regardless. Because, like... What did she click? She clicked Pollen Mist. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. Into the Pollen Mist. We go Tokiko now. Especially because Aya's dead and I don't need to preserve it. Here comes the Kanagara. That we were afraid of this fight. What happened? Well, I planned well for the fight. And then a crit happened. In my favor. Although, again, if that crit doesn't happen, I'm still in a great spot regardless. Okay, the Maribel comes in immediately. I really need the healing. Honestly, I could stay in on this and click a Grace of Mana. I really don't want her to swap here. If she doesn't swap, it's so good for me. I think she outspeeds me. She should outspeed me, so that means she didn't swap. I should tank this. Why is it Maribel? I don't know, but I'll take it. Yeah, I do tank that fine. Now we... All 3 options have their value here. I think we just click Poison Trap. Parsi, this thing's going to be clicking its Poison Bomb again. But now the Parsi, the Marissa, and the Maribel all get poisoned. We click Supernatural Border. It's my only duel against these fucking choice abilities because I can't switch into them because they'll just predict me 80% of the time. Poison Bomb, we go back into Bonky. At this point, I think I'm okay even if I get poisoned. Double crit poison is probably tragic for me. But we get neither. And we click Dark Sweets. And she's forced out. Into the Mary Berry, who takes this pretty well. But I actually don't want her to die this turn. Is the nice thing. I wonder if I click behind you if she's forced to swap it like Kanagara then. We can go back into Yachie. Yachie doesn't really do a whole lot from this point. The only thing she could potentially do is to switch into a non-poison move off of Parsi, but at this point that's likely not the case. Doesn't have to be either. I'm not dead to a crit. Firewall's tempting. I think I'd rather get another poison trap down though. As I think it's better here. Drain Sea's also tempting. Let's do Poison Trap. Because if she didn't switch, the second copy of Poison Trap was going to be better. With the switch, the second copy of Poison Trap doesn't do a thing. So I guess I could have kept it as is, but that's fine. Supernatural Border. She's losing HP. I don't think me getting... Like I said, I think the only way Sekibonki is in big danger... I think the only way I'm in big danger, or even decent danger, is if Bonky gets double crit poison. The immediate swap. Is the game only hard when you're not around? You can never laugh at losing puppets. Fortunately, the post Marissa world is not that. Why did you get poisoned? Dark only takes up 1 slot. Why didn't you get poisoned? Supernatural border, because there's no reason not to. Dark only takes up 1 slot. It's not the end of the world, because you're already darked, and you're already low on HP regardless, so... He's trying to heavy poison her. Oh, okay. You don't die to the straw doll. I can just click Grace of Mana here. You swapped? Why'd you swap? Fine. Wait, but that one's second poisoned. What are we talking about here? That got the second trigger of poison after she was already poisoned once. Says the same two can override the weaker ones. Oh, now we're just making up rules. Dude, Seki Bonky might go over here. You swapped? Why would you swap? Okay, I need Toyohime to dodge a crit. I think the only way I lose a puppet, which is I lose Toyohime, is if she gets crit Changeling. You lived? Don't think she'll live for long. RC goes down. This is always one of the big downsides of using choice-based items. Is the fact... I wanted you to hit, so you can kill yourself. Don't get the drop, 50%. It's annoying. Can I stay in? -1. -1 defense. I'm effectively at like the same defense that she is, but she lets me use stab. Should be fine as long as I'm not crit. Flying, that's not stab. Yeah, okay. Cool, we're out. I never even switched into Tokiko. No, I did switch into Tokiko. Yeah, but she switched out immediately. She doesn't die to crit. And I have a life charm. I think Boy had to solve for 5 eons. That's because there's no extra Suwako. Like, the good news, when the opponent team is super linear like this, is super offensive oriented, it's easier to play, like, it's not going to stall as long. It's stall versus stall. That shit gets really long and tedious. Unfortunately, this fight is not stall versus stall. It's hyper offense versus stall, unfortunately. That's a bad matchup for hyper offense. Why did you go for that move? That's what I want to know, too. Okay. So, the next fight is going to be You Maybe. I'll do a tiny bit of prep. Not much, but I will do a little bit of prep. Also, that crit put in work. Chen, what do you got? Sure. I'm going mostly alternate outfits on this run just for the fun of it, so. Normally I go with what I prefer, but sometimes you gotta go quirky for the fans. I already have outfits on everyone here. So, the good news is we already have a lead. As this fight is Renko, Maribel, Pirukoto, Sumareko. The good news is we already know that Chen completely bodies the Renko. Ready to get around the Black Choker, and then with the Tiger Eye boost, kills the Renko in one hit. So that's a good start. We also know that Yachie can beat the Maribel. The biggest downside here is the fact that the Power Rukodo... Wait, is this Power Rukodo? Rukodo. Hold on. I think there's a bit of an issue here. This should actually be extra Rukodo, because this says P Rukodo with in sync and all the defense stuff, so that should be extra actually. I should treat it as if it's extra Rukodo. It says P, but it should be the extra one. And the extra is part poison, which means it'll absorb my traps, is kind of the biggest problem here. So, the good news about the Umemi is we can kind of do the same thing we just did with the Parsi. At least the same base strat of just making sure we have Protect on basically everyone. If she sends in Umemi against my Chen, I sack Chen immediately. I don't think twice, I just sack Chen. Because there is a lack of Renkos after this. There's a lack of the lead Renkos, and so the usefulness of this assist Chen, despite the fact that it could be useful, it'll go down a lot. So it might be good against Phantom Pilot's assist Kasen lead, but we'll see. Anyway, so we lead this. Cold Rain, Star Flare, Inferno, Lightning Speed. Lightning Speed is obviously pretty cringe, but Lightning Speed is playable, especially with Chen. You can also give Chen Protect. Since we know she kills, I don't need to give you Calm or Encourage. I could give you Protect over Encourage. Obviously, the aggressive is a problem. And the fact that Chen gives a special attack boost. Nope. Light Water with Cold Rain, like I said, it's Cold Rain, Star Flare, Inferno. Inferno is 120 base power with 85 accuracy. Love that. Star Flare, 20% accuracy drop. Cold Rain is 120 base power with a 10% chance to stop. Oh, that's cool. You can really just get styled on with that in Lightning Speed. So, complete special attacker. Where's my Kaguya when I want her? However, water and light. You know who's really good against water and light? This thing. So, the good news is, it is fairly exploitable with shit. Also, potentially getting firewalls off. Very good this fight. There's a life charm, there's 2 absorbers, two choice belts. Probably not a poison trapping game. She doesn't have any clear abilities, so getting stuck. She has fucking defense Chiiri. What is defense Chiiri? Electric water with disturber and absorber, because why not? Stealth trap, spike, spark javelin, ice gatling, lightning speed. I always have the Qua line, despite the fact that Qua is not physically bulky. Though she's not even that specially bulky. The Chiiri doesn't hurt a ton. She's max HP, max Spadef, with blue mark. I threatened the Will-O-Wisp. Nothing on her team can take a Will-O-Wisp, actually. Hold on. I tank lightning speed, because I am more specially bulky as well. Dude, I have underrated this assist Quakuma is. It is shown up. The good news about the Chiiri is you can kind of bully it late game, Cope. Speed Sumareko. What is Speed Sumareko? Warped Void. That's an interesting type. With Invalidate. Validate is removes the opponent ability on entry. Cool. Max special attack, max speed, green mark, life charm. Field break, trifect, twin gears, decrescendo. I have more physically bulky puppets than special ones, is the annoying thing. Can I not just Kaneko this? No, I'm weak to... What the fuck am I talking about? I'm weak to warped. She has no wind puppets. If you get a ground type in, my girl Momio is probably the play against the Rukodo, right? I can completely paralyze myself. No, I'm weak to steel. Never mind. It's probably just like you. I can always pre-status you as well. Good news is she does completely lack coverage. I can always do Yeet. No, you only trap in fighting types. The problem is I want you for both the Yumemi and the Maribel, but that's just not possible. Light. This one has light and illusion coverage. It's bad against steel and nether. Of course, the light cover for the nethers means I can't use you this time. You resist both. And then set up sweep. It's bad against illusion. Illusion's good against illusion. I mean, you resist both. You resist illusion. No, you're neutral to illusion because illusion's good against light. That being said, if this thing doesn't have the weather, it's not that much of a threat. I could probably just use you and be fine. So it's like a broad idea, kind of you for Yumemi, you for Renko, you for Rukodo, you for sort of Chiuri. You help at least at the first half of Chiuri. And then... what did I say about Speed Sumereko? Steel, Void, and Warped coverage. On the spread side. I don't hate you. You come out, you outspeed, and could threaten big damage. This thing is not that bulky. You are pretty cool. You're not bad, being immune to steel, and then you're neutral to the others. Works into earth, but then you're weak to steel. You would need Supine, and I can't go Supine in this fight. Warp's bad into you. Steel's bad into you. Void's in neutral. I don't hate you. Right against steel. You're neutral to steel, and the other two are bad. I don't hate the star line. Steel is the weaker of the coverage. What's extra star space stats? Because I have her low level, so I can't really the best gauge. Star is only 70, 80, but she's fast. Probably not faster than the Sumereko, but... Surprise Tactics? Wait, you have Surprise Tactics? No, Surprise Tactics is the Heavy Fog, not the lowering stats. Or you on temporarily just to have you on. You were like... Tojiko are my two go-tos here, probably. So I'm probably looking at something like this. I feel like max HP, max split def. Biggie tanky star build. Yeah, obviously defense star has 130, 100, but I can't go defense star because this one was caught as a light puppet, or as an extra puppet. Yeah, I'm leaning towards this, but I'll run through the details next time on Thursday. So that's gonna do her for Meow.